If you have a child who you think has ADHD, good luck getting them diagnosed. With long wait lists and expensive appointments, it can take years and cost thousands. But that's all about to change as more GPs are given the power to treat it. While it's good news for exhausted parents, it doesn't sit well with some experts who fear it's all becoming a bit too trendy.
When did you draw?
13-year-old Sophie was diagnosed with ADHD when she was 3 years old.
It's a living nightmare. It's not just getting distracted all the time. It comes with energy bursts, irregularity to control your emotions.
Mum, Susie.
Over the years it's been quite tedious because it seems medications work and then they don't work, and then it's trial and error with all the meds that she's been on.
That means many trips to the paediatrician, a pricey and time-consuming task. Susie and Sophie live in Foster, about a 3.5-hour drive from Sydney, and there isn't a paediatrician in town.
I work 6 days a week, and having to do a trip down to Sydney to see a doctor and then driving all the way back again every 3 months, it takes its toll on me.
Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
I am expecting diagnoses to increase. We are expecting there to be more patients diagnosed with ADHD in the coming years.
A neurodevelopmental condition, or the latest trend.
The community, as you were saying, is actively seeking this diagnosis as a sort of a panacea for a whole range of other problems that they might be seeking help for.
In some cases, ADHD assessments combined with treatment can cost up to $5,000, and that's not even including travel costs for people living outside the city. The New South Wales government is the latest to give general practitioners the power to diagnose and treat ADHD, a process already underway in Queensland and Western Australia.
Excitingly, for our patients that are on waiting lists, those that are saving to see a psychiatrist or waiting to see a paediatrician, that means they'll be able to access their care sooner.
Royal Australian College of General Practitioners, Dr. Rebecca Hoffman.
The average cost to see a psychiatrist for the first visit is around $1,000. The average cost for a follow-up visit will be about $500. And if I'm sending a patient now to get a diagnosis of ADHD, they won't be seen until April next year. So that might be all of kindergarten where they're not getting the necessary treatment, behavioural interventions, medication.
Dr. Hoffman says the number of people diagnosed will rise because access to care will improve.
What kind of extra training will GPs be taking on to be able to adequately do these extra tasks?
What we're hoping is that it will look something in line with WA's model. So WA's model is about 2 days worth of online rote learning to learn the drugs, the side effects, the allergies, the diagnosis. You're working with a paediatrician or with a psychiatrist and meeting up with them every few months to talk about your cases and talk about the tricky ones and have someone to go to for support.
The doctor also believes the move will normalise the condition.
For our stable patients, what I'm hoping it will do is really destigmatise ADHD.
Psychiatrist Patrick McGorry says stigma isn't a problem.
These are very popular diagnoses, and people don't seem to feel the stigma of them. They're actually seeing them as a positive, making sense of their lives and their struggles. And so you can see a very interesting trend developing here, which is not necessarily all positive.
The Professor of Youth Mental Health at the University of Melbourne was named the Australian of the Year for his work in the field in 2010. He's concerned ADHD is now almost fashionable.
For most of my career, I've seen people try to avoid getting psychiatric labels, because of the stigma that's associated with many of them. But here we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing almost like a desirability of being diagnosed with this particular condition.
He believes the new changes may lead to overdiagnosis.
Life's stressful, mental ill health is common across the spectrum. Anxiety, depression, a whole range of other conditions can cause symptoms that look like ADHD.
The benefits so far outweigh the concerns.
GP-led assessments for children will be in place by early 2026, while adults will have to wait longer.
Like 4 extra days a year, I don't have to try and take off work and then stay in Sydney extra days and extra costs in accommodation and fuel and then the paediatrician costs on top. So.